The pleasure is mine to be here, seeing that you people have access to the public and you have the capacity to clarify a few problems that have arisen, especially between Mr. Jagiel and myself. First of all, I'd like you to know that there's no personal beef, as they call it in the United States, between Mr. Jagiel and myself. But quite injudiciously, he has made some insidious remarks, and they have impacted on the social life of my family, my daughter, whose life I believe is virtually threatened in his having attempted to link me with the atrocities that took place in Lusignan. I wish to say that my heart bleeds for those children and the victims of Lusignan, as it bleeds for the victims of Agricola, Buxton, and the 5 that were executed in Ralph Street in front of Nigel's supermarket. The country has been reduced to a sad and tragic state, and this has been coming for a long time. But I would like to say categorically, as a soldier, we do not engage in any kind of assault on civilians and children. Because of the President's statement, there has developed a symbiotic relationship between himself and myself, in that his statement has been deemed a veiled threat on my life. And if anything should happen to me, I'm sure he, being a conscionable human being, would have sleepless nights. I would like to speak on behalf of the 20,000 ex-servicemen, soldiers in Guyana. We have Sergeant Major Stewart. We have ex-cadet Massey from Sandhurst, who is an ex-soldier. And these men feel that they have been, like many other young Guyanese and other Guyanese, they have been dispossessed, disenfranchised, and disillusioned. This is because, to my mind, a monster has been created, and this monster is now out of control. He has turned on his own creators and is running amok. People are suffering at the hands of arrogance, venality, greed, malice, and spite. And the social fabric of this society stands the threat of being torn asunder. I believe that this is more than a criminal problem, and all the evidence points in that direction. When you apprehend and ultimately, as it goes in this country, kill a suspect, and that suspect is dressed in army fatigues and carries one of the most lethal assault weapons, the AK-47, he is not an ordinary criminal. This is a man with a grievance, and he is symbolic of a lot that has gone awry in the society. We heard of 25 to 30 men. How many more are there? The veterans, who has an association in Georgetown and throughout Guyana, have had intelligence that very many young men with military experience are so devoid of hope and so incensed that they are prepared to go to the bushes and wage a war of the flea. And that means they will bite you here, and by the time you respond, they will bite you there and wear you into the ground. As a former officer, I do not believe that the tactics employed, the strategies rather, employed by Commodore Best are in the best long-term interests of this society. You can throw all you want at the guerrilla warfare, at the guerrilla fighter rather, and you will not succeed. The mightiest country in this world, the United States of America, did not succeed in Vietnam. The Russians did not succeed in Afghanistan. And the GDF will not succeed in Guyana. That is providing there is a guerrilla insurgency. Many people have come out to say in the press that this is so. This is also my firm belief. And I believe that there should be a peaceful resolution to the problem. There should be a negotiated settlement to the problem. The government of the day must sit with all the shareholders, all the stakeholders, all those who have a vested interest in the well-being of this society, and negotiate what share of the pie is for whom. Because as you know, politics in the main is about who gets what and when. There must be due consideration for human rights, due consideration for the social contract between the civilians, the citizens, and the government. There must be adherence to the rule of law. There must be the liberalization of the economy and not a case of a few, the oligarchy reaping the sweet and the majority going hungry. We know that the VAT had begun to take its effect on the economy. And this is a ploy that was used in Latin America, and it has caused great civil unrest where governments have been overthrown. Who stands to gain if distraction is made away from the VAT and onto other matters? Remember your history, as the mayor just said. Hitler burned the Reichstag and acceded to the chancellorship of Germany. You have got to not only look at these matters on the face, but you've got to look at them as to who might have an ulterior motive. We believe, we of the ex-soldiers who have served this country with fortitude, believe that there must be some discourse between the so-called insurgents, those with a grievance, and those who have the capacity to assist in that negotiation. We are prepared, fully knowing that we do not have a tacit hand or an actual hand in any kind of mischief, but we are prepared to risk our lives, venture into Buxton, and assist in some kind of negotiation between the government and the disenchanted. Thank you.
You're saying that you were linked with certain entities. Can you shed some light on that, please?
It was, I said, as I responded in my letter to the press, it was not only invidious, it is insidious. And it casts a lot of aspersions not only on me, but all those who had served, had the honor of serving the country. I carried the Queen's Commission because I was trained in England, and I'm proud of it. And I'm proud to have served under the presidents of this country, starting from President Arthur Chung, President Burnham, and I think it's a vicious, spiteful, and dangerous statement. It endangers not only my life, but the life of my daughter. And it is not true. We grieve for all the 400 and something, all those who died, the Lusignam, the Agricola, the Buxtons, the Georgetown people, all those who died. We grieve for them.
Do you think the government have an issue with you?
There may be more in the mortar than the pistol. I won't go into that.